Okay, I'm showing 23 plus midge here.
All right, and unlatch and hatch. Okay, hatch is unlatched and coming up. Nice. Dark outside.
And with that, Reed Wiseman has the hatch open, the thermal cover off. Coming at 7:29 a.m. Central.
Let's go. All right, Alex. The hatch is up. It appears to be locked into place. There it is. Now, unfortunately for me, Alex, I'm a little high in here right now, and I'm having a little trouble getting down. Okay. Pull my feet towards the crew lock hatch. Pulling back. That's perfect. That's perfect right there.
And Houston will pick up with post depress if you're ready.
And airlock Houston, can you verify emergency MPEP is closed?
Affirmative, it's closed.
All right, ready for post depress. And all we need in step 11 is gauge.
Okay. All right, guys, on this next one, you're going to stagger your switch throws, and you're going to expect the warning tone. So, Tonto, you can take your power to bat, and then you can follow there, Alex.
Copy. Okay, EV1. EV1, power to bat. 2. E2, power to bat.
Okay, on the UAA, you can power EV1 and 2, both switches to off. Check all 4 LEDs are off.
Power EV1 is off. LED is off. Power EV2 is off. LEDs are off.
It's a good readback. You can now disconnect your SCUs from the DCM. Remember to put up your DCM cover and stow the SCUs in the pouch.
Nothing worked for. And Bush, I think the H2O is off. Message is nominal, correct?
And that is a nominal message.
Just about to chime in. Yep, looks good.
Thanks, Steve.
So at this point, both spacewalkers have switched their suits to battery power. We'll stand by for an exact time confirmation from the EVA officer. But as of right now, EVA 27 has officially begun.
EV2 SCU is in the pouch. I'm routing the helical. And EV1 is in the pouch.
And the clock is on the board. EVA 27 officially beginning at 7:30 a.m. Central Time.
Will do.
Alex, if you will check that the depress pump mine ISO is closed.
The depress pump man ISO is closed.
Hey guys, take your temp control valves to max H.
That'll be in work in just a second, Butch.
Yes.
Hey, Alex, I see Max down in our Soyuz. That's pretty neat. Yeah, waving to you. Give him a wave. EV1 is in max H, Butch. EV2 is in max H.
Hey guys, time to switch your water to on.
EV1, water on. EV2, water on.
Check that your DCM is blank and the bite is off.
EV1 is a DCM blank and bite off. EV2.
Okay, you can take your temperature control valve to your liking between 3 and max C.
give me just a minute to fine-tune that a little bit. Take your time. I'll run it, the wheels approved 4 to 5 right now. Okay, EV1 is set at 5. EV2 is at 4.
Okay, you're going to check your status, and Steve said all you need to do is compare your gauge to your cuff checklist, page 1.
Yeah, EV1 is, I'd say 4.2, Butch. The suppressor gauge for EV2 is 4.2.
Yeah, copy 4.2 for both. Nice work, guys, and with that, Will, you have the lead.
Okay, guys, nice work, Butch, and we will take care of step 13 on the depressed cue card from the ground. Nice work getting the guys ready to go. And Reed, Alex, how do you guys hear?
Wheels, it is certainly great to talk to you down in Houston today. EV1's got you loud and clear. EV2 got you loud and clear.
Okay, we've got a team that's ready to support you guys. We're excited for your spacewalk today. So we're getting ready to exit the hatch. First of all, we're going to be coming out in the night pass, as you've already noticed. And we're a little bit about mid-range over the Pacific Ocean. We got about 10 more minutes to sunrise, and I will let you know when that's coming. So go ahead and configure for night.
EV1's configured. EV2?
Okay, and before we go out, the warning on the sharp edges, potential sharp edges on the port aft portion of the circular handrail, and you guys will probably see that marked with a landmark there of a wire tie. Also, on the equipment lock zenith side, handrail 0537 has a potential sharp edge there as well, so keep an eye out for those as well.
Okay, great. I already see the first one. Wheels, it's right out the hatch, Alex, as you come down. Copy.
Okay, with that, you have a go, Reed, to open the hatch thermal cover if it's not already open, and egress the airlock.
Oh, it's open. Okay, thermal cover is already open. All right, Wheels, I'm outside.
Beautiful. Nice work. You're going to attach your safety tether anchor hook to the airlock aft external D-ring.
That's in work, buddy.
And so NASA astronaut Reed Wiseman, the first one through the airlock. He'll be followed shortly by Alexander Gerst.
Safety tether big hook is on the aft airlock tether point. I have bail closed, bladder locked. My ERCM is unlocked. That's going up to my right D-ring extender, and the little hook is bail closed and locked.
They're going to spend the next few minutes getting their initial safety tethers in place and carrying the bags out of the airlock as they begin to prep for their first task of the day. Wiseman will be heading over to external stowage platform 2 to prepare the work site for the pump module to be installed and getting the multi-layer insulation tent ready. EV2 Alexander Gerst is immediately going to head over to the space station's robotic arm, set up his portable foot restraint, strap himself in, and then begin the process of grabbing that pump module.
I'm just going to wait until your feet are out the hatching. I definitely agree with you. Just give me just a second and I'll be ready. Take your time. And meanwhile, your umbilical looks very good. Okay, great. Thank you. Wow, the first thing I would say is it's very light. And I can see why Grabber Daddy is a nice thing to have. All right, I'm getting my BRT ready to go. And if you could present me the crew lock bag handle, that would be super. I will. Let me get in the good config here, because I want to bring this bag down. possibly on my other side. Yeah, take your time. Okay, you know what? I'll bring it down on this side. That should work. Okay, the bag is coming. Looks like you got it. Okay, I've got the bag. Just give me, if you could just keep somewhat of control of that rat, that would be great. Yeah. Have the rat kind of bottomed out almost. That's good info right there. Okay, BRT rat is on the crew lock bag. I can see that. And I will disconnect this rat and hand it back to you. And you can let go of that one for a second, or I guess I'll give you some slam it. Here you go. Okay, you ready to take that rat? I'm ready. Okay, great. You know, if I send this rat from here right to the D-ring extender, you're gonna create a snag hazard. So I'm gonna put that rat on one of the side feather points. And Wheels, if you have that in my wireless video system, let me know if that's a good tether point for you.
And Alex, that's okay to just put it to the attach point on the side of the UAA is fine.
I can do that. Alex, it looks like we almost got a full moon out here. It's beautiful. Nice. All right, so I could either do the tether reconfig now. Let's do the tether reconfig if that's what Wheels wants. Yeah.
Okay, the next read is for you to attach Alex's safety tether to the forward external D-ring. Forward D-ring.
Okay, we're putting that in work, Wheels. Okay, here's the hook. I have your hook. I can see it. Okay, Alex, your hook is on the forward airlock tether point. I've confirmed your bail closed, and you are black on black. Looks like a good config. Thank you. I can see the small hook. It is on my right D-ring extender. It is bail closed, hook locked. The reel is unlocked.
Okay, copy all. Nice work, guys. Next is to transfer the MTRA bundle bags out the hatch, Alex.
And that's in work.
And Reed, you're going to hold those until Alex exits and then be passing it back to him.
Okay, hey, Alex, just take a look real quick. If I'm here, I don't see where you are. Right back here? You're out. Yep, I see you. If I was over like this, is that going to give you the room you need to get out? I think so, yeah. Okay, then I'm going to leave my waist tether where it is, and I'm ready for you to hand me that MTRA bundle. Coming now. And what do you want to do for retting to it? You want me to ret to it? It's probably better until I'm out. That is no problem at all. All right, give give me just a second and I'll get my rep. I'm going to rep to the surge cable bag. Mm-hmm. Okay, Alex, I am ready to the surge cable bag, and if you're ready, I'll release the airlock rep. I am ready. Okay, here comes the airlock rep. Got it. And that's on the de-ring extender. Excellent, buddy. I'm really excited for you to get out here and enjoy some of this. And I'm ready to take off my right waist tether off the URA D-ring. If we're just fine with that, I'll put that in work.
Yeah, we're good. You have a go for that, Alex.
Thank you.
Guys, we have about a minute and a half till sunrise.
Copy that. EV2 is egress. Okay, Alex, you look great. The egress, I mean. Thanks. Nice. All right. Got the waist starter on the airlock handrail. I'm going to start moving this MTRA bag towards you. All right. Getting my PRT in. I'm seeing a glow on the horizon. Yeah, blue. Yep. Okay, you're going to probably want the sarge bag handle. Yep. Let me know when you got control and I'll let go. Give me a second. All right. I have the feeling it's going to be very bright and really clear. Very clear. I might reconfigure my visor. Okay, let me know as soon as you got control so I can do the same. I got control. Okay, I'm bringing my visor down. Now, do you want me to take my red off it, or you want to get that? As soon as you're ready with your visor and stuff, I'll get my BRT on. Okay. You have a red on it, correct? I do have a red on. So I should probably release mine. Give me a second. Okay. Got it. I'm the effector on the D-ring, and I'm ready for you to take the red off. Okay. That bag is all yours. I gotta say, I got an excellent way out today. I think the crate must be on the back key.
Yeah, just like in the pool, except for that big blue planet down there.
Yeah, we haven't gotten the full effect of that yet, but I'll tell you, sunrise is not bad. You know that glow when the whole station glows blue and then red for just a second before it comes up? We just went through that. That was great.
Roger that.
All right, I think I got my BRT configured. Hey, Wheels, if it's okay with you, I'm going to close the thermal cover next.
Okay, we're good with that, Reed. Just as a cleanup, the airlock ret that was attached to the MTRA bag, was that back on the UIA tether point or on the D-ring extender?
That would be on the D-ring extender.
Okay, thanks, Alex. So you have a go to close the thermal cover.
Okay, thermal cover wheels is closed.
Nice work, guys. Okay, so the next is to face each other. We're going to do buddy checks.
Okay, wheels. Do you want to lead us through, or do you want us to do our mantras?
Yeah, I'll read you through if you'd like, or you can do it on your own, your choice.
You go ahead and read us through.
Okay, looking at each other. First, starting top to bottom, look at the IRCA green light LED should be on the WVS.
I show a good one on 2. I see a good one on 1.
Okay, check helmet lights on.
2 on 2. And you got both on your right side and 1 on your left side. Yeah. Is that okay, wheels, to run like that?
Yeah, that's fine. You'll see that you have the push button. You'll have a flood and you'll have a spotlight. So as you're in a work environment in the work site, if you can use spot, you can choose and switch between each other.
That's great.
It's entirely crew preference, but we'll just leave them on during daylight passes as well, so to keep the cycles down on them.
You bet.
Okay, now we're looking at the 3 tabs. You should see 2 mini workstation tabs up and 1 BRT tab up.
Okay, EV2 has all 3 tabs up. Okay, and I see 1, 2, and 3 tabs up for EV1.
Okay, now we're checking safer handles. They should be both down, and this is a good point, which to also because you may have to swing your swing arm out. Just to make sure you can reach those safer handles.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Alex, I'm going to reach for mine. Yeah, you got yours. Okay, and it looks all clear there. Okay. Both are down, and you got a good reach there. Okay, I can tell your ISO valve is closed, but until you swing your PGT out, I'm not going to be able to see. Maybe I may need a counterclockwise roll out again.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I got to do this with my right hand, so it's going to be hard, but I think I got my...
And that's
pretty... A little more roll.
That's pretty standard. You have to...
I need to swap hands. All right, can you see it now? Yeah, I got the sun angle. Yes, I see it, and it looks good, Alex, and you are on it. Okay. Thank you. This is awesome. Yep, this is amazing.
So Wiseman and Gerst taking in the view right in the middle of doing some safety checks on each other. As you can imagine, they can't quite see the front of their own suit, so they rely on each other to go through these checks. Once they're finished with this, the hatch cover already closed, they'll move on to their first task.
Glove baseline. I don't see any issues. Sorry, Alex, go ahead. EV2, half is dry, gloves are good.
Okay, sounds good, guys, and that's your baseline check. So future HAP checks, just let us know if there's any change from baseline.
Sounds good, Wheels.
Okay, this is next is the last step is to check the safety tether hooks closed and locked.
Okay, Alex, I'll check yours and you can check mine. Didn't work. All right, so for Alex, for EV2, he's on the forward airlock ring. His big hook is closed and locked. His ERCM is unlocked. That goes up to his right D-ring extender. And his little hook, which has a green band on it, is closed and locked. So he looks like he's in a good config.
Copy all, Reed.
I can see EV1's ERCM big hook lock.
a short comm handover. Once we pick back up, they'll finish the config checks. And then both Wiseman and Gerst will be cleared to move on to their first tasks.
Looks like good config. I agree.
Okay, it's a good config. We had we copied good config. We just had a short handover. I'll try to give you a little bit more heads up. And, but we hear that Reed's safety tether hooks are closed, locked, and in a good config as well.
That's 8 for him.
Okay, nice work, guys. Hatch thermal cover's already closed. If you guys need any more translation adaptation, you're welcome to do that. And if you're ready to go, we'll start translating to the work sites.
Alex, over to you, but I am ready to start translating. Yeah, I'll do my adaptation underway.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. So, Alex, you go ahead and head out first and translate to the starboard CETA cart via the CETA spur.
All right.
And Alex, let me know if you need me to read those handrails to you for the fare leads.
I think the first one is the airlock major handrail, right? It's like 503 or 500.
It's 500.
And I got that.
So the International Space Station just crossed the Terminator line fully into an orbital daytime. Should provide a pretty spectacular view for these two as they translate to their first work sites.
Alex, as you're moving up towards the front face, just a caution for you, just avoid contact with the TUS reel cable.
Alexander Gerst is going to translate over to the CETA, the Crew and Equipment Translation Aid.
To tend that
temporarily stow 2 bags on that. That'll be used later on for the mobile transporter relay assembly.
Well, it'll keep pretty well for you.
And then Gerst will head on towards the station's robotic arm, where he'll strap in for quite a ride, as he'll be flown around by the astronaut inside, Butch Wilmore.
Heading in behind you. Let me know when you're on the CETA. I am on the CETA. And my tether is trailed on 500.
Nice work, guys. Reed, when you're ready to move out, and he's clear, the warning for you is once you get on ESP2, that MMOD strike on the handrail 8012, you'll see it to the just to the zenith kind of port side of the FHRC. It's actually right on the label of the handrail.
Copy that. Hey, Reed, and just wait a sec. I need to go back here. That's fairly slipped up, and I got it now, though. Just when you come out there, double check that the fair lead is still in place. So I can see it right now. It is, so copy that.
And throughout the spacewalk, you'll hear Ground IV Doug Wheelock, who's feeding all the procedures to the crew members, call out occasional warnings and cautions, making sure the crew members avoid any potential sharp edges or other hazards that could potentially interfere with their suits. He'll do a number of glove checks throughout the spacewalk just to check for any rips, tears, as the astronauts are pretty much doing everything with their hands during these spacewalks, no actual walking involved. Right now they're starting to climb towards their initial work sites. Again, Gerst stowing some items on that CETA, the Crew and Equipment Translation Aid moving over then to the robotic arm. Meanwhile, Reed Wiseman translating over to the external stowage platform 2, where they'll be installing the pump module. He'll be getting the multi-layer installation ready, and then getting ready for Alex's arrival with the pump module.
Copy that. And Reed, as you're working your way around the forward side of ESP2, we're going to be temp stowing the CP13 light bag, looking for handrail 8010 for the stow.
Hey, 8010 is in sight, Wheels. for that bag, do you just want a single adjustable, or you want me to double secure that for the CP13 bag?
Checking. A single is fine there, Reed.
The crew helmet cams now powered on, providing views directly from the bird's eye of each of these spacewalkers. Again, if you look in the lower right-hand corner, anytime we have a helmet cam view, you'll see a number. Number 17 is Reed Wiseman, EV1, and 20 will be Alexander Gerst. Wiseman right now handing off and temporarily stowing the equipment bag that has the spare light that'll be installed a little bit later on in the spacewalk.
And Will, did you see my clearance, the list behind me, and it looks tight? Let me know, please.
Copy, Alex.
All right, I got one integral external tether of the MTRA cable bag on frame hotel. And I'm going to put the other one on alpha.
Copy, Alex.
And Alex, I am going to use that ret as well. So the CP13 bag is temp stowed on 8010 with an adjustable, and then that ret that goes to the inside like we had discussed. Perfect. Okay. All right, and the MTRA cable bundle is installed on hotel and alpha.
Nice work, Alex. And your next is to kind of clean up the work site there, and you have a go to translate to the port CETA cart.
Copy that, Will.
Both helmet cams now active. You can again see the number 20 in the lower right hand corner. This is Alexander Gerst's helmet cam. He's successfully temp stowed the MTRA, the Mobile Transporter Relay Assembly bag, and the cable bag on that starboard CETA cart. He's now going to transfer over to the port CETA cart. Once there, he'll be able to retrieve the articulating portable foot restraint. Meanwhile, though, you can see him enjoying a view of the Earth as it passes below. The International Space Station just about to cross over Chile and the southern portion of South America.
And Reed,
32 minutes, 42 seconds into the spacewalk so far since the astronauts switched on battery power while inside the Quest airlock. Moving right along, getting through all their initial setup at the initial work sites already.
Kind of up top between the pump.
Yeah, copy that, Wheels. Hey, Reed, just for your essay, I noticed that my fairlead came off tether under at 500 at the base of the CETA spur. Okay. Copy that. I don't think it's going to be an issue because it's going to travel further starboard at port with me. Let me know if you want me to correct that, though. No, for now, no need to. Copy. Hey, Wheels.
Go ahead, sir.
I see the MMOD strike on. I see the MMOD hit on 8012. It's in the 2 on 8012. It's right in the middle of the 2. It's extremely, extremely tiny with no raised edges.
Copy that.
Wiseman reporting. You just noticed a small MMOD, micrometeoroid or orbital debris hit. It is one of the things that they always try to catalog whenever possible when out on these spacewalks, is those have the potential to create sharp edges, which could damage the gloves of these astronauts. One of the biggest things they have to look out for while doing spacewalks.
The mountain lakes are just crystal clear blue. Looks really, really nice. I look down, I see the lab. That's also really beautiful.
This right here is a view of EV1 Reed Wiseman. Again, you can designate him by the red stripes around his legs. Alexander Gerst in the white suit with no stripes. Both crew members working very efficiently so far. Wiseman actually a couple of minutes ahead. Alexander Gerst right on the dot. Wiseman's going to finish temporarily stowing a bag here at the external stowage platform 2, where he'll then prepare the MLI tent, or the multi-layer insulation for the arrival of that pump module. Meanwhile, Alexander Gerst translating over to get the foot restraint and get ready to strap himself into the robotic arm, which is ready and waiting. Butch Wilmore at the controls inside of the Destiny laboratory. He'll be flying Gerst around. You can see making his way over. The pump module, that large white square right in the top center portion of your screen, currently attached to the POA, the payload ORU accommodation. It's been sitting there since it was removed and replaced back in December of 2013.
Sounds great, Alex.
That's the upper width, right?
That should be width number 3. And you're correct, Alex. This is Zenith.
The Zenith one, yeah.
The Zenith one, yeah, that's correct.
And wheels for EV1. The crew lock bag is temp stood. And I'm ready to throw on the handrail clamp if you are.
Nice work. We're ready for that. You have a go. Just let me know if you want me to step you through that, Reed. And of course, the biggest thing is to just make sure the strike is kind of in the well and not underneath the clamping part of the clamp.
Yeah, hey, Brim, I'm looking at how to do that now, and I think I got it. And wheels says the APFR is connected to my BRT red. I will disconnect the APFR, travel down with it, end it, and then attach it to the BRT when I'm off the CEDAR cart.
Copy that, Alex.
Here you can see Gerst has his hands on the APFR, the articulating portable foot restraint. He'll be attaching it to the very end of the space station's robotic arm and then strapping his feet in. Going for one heck of a ride, as he's going to actually get swung underneath the station once he's holding on to this pump module.
3417 should be around mile marker 8420 on the CEDAR rail. 20 on that.
Okay, I'll just translate until I see the arm, which is already nicely positioned, I guess. And I'll let you know which handrails I will use there.
Okay, copy that. Yeah,
okay,
Butch is ready for you. Go ahead, Reed.
Pad serial number 1004 is installed. I see all the black lines align, and the MMOD strike is not under the pad.
Copy all, Reed. That's a good config. Thank you very much.
And I think my next step are to go visit the FHRC and throw a ret on the port zenith handrail.
Boy, you're good. Nice work. Yes, that's your next step, working your way over to the FHRC, getting ready for the AGB.
Just to try to keep you up with everything, so Wiseman mentioning the RET. It's a retractable equipment tether. I'll be attaching one down there soon. Meanwhile, Gerst continuing to translate with that foot restraint, making his way down the CETA cart. And he'll soon be translating up to the setup position right in front of that space station robotic arm.
Okay, Wheels, I think we need to talk this one through real quick. I'm on the port zenith part, and there appears to be some MLI that's wrapped around this handrail, so I cannot get a ret onto the hull. I could possibly go to the nadir handrail, but even that's a little tight. To the nadir part of that handrail, I mean.
Checking, Reed, stand by.
So the EVA team here working up a quick workaround for Wiseman, who's reporting some MLI covering a handrail he needs to attach an equipment tether to.
On that zenith standoff, can you see if you can move the MLI at all to get to the standoff?
I can start to unwrap it. It's like wrapped around 3 or 4 times. Does that make sense to you? So I could unwrap it and see if I can get in there. It's almost like a strap is wrapped around there and then Velcroed on. Both sides. Forward and starboard have the same kind of strap.
Okay, copy that, Reed. We do not want you to unwrap it, so go ahead and use the zenith, the nadir standoff on that handrail.
Okay, I'll put that in work. And Wheels, that was no problem at all. So there is a ret in the nadir port handrail.
Okay, copy that. Nice work, Reed. Your next is to pre-stage a ret on the back of the tent for the MLI opening on the pump module.
That sounds great. I just need to tell Butch he looks good in the cupola there. Good view.
Wiseman giving a quick wave. You can see the cupola in the top left hand of his view.
He better be taking a someone elfie view.
Hey, Wheels, if you're good with that, I would temp stow the APFR right at mile marker 8220 at handrail 3417, and then move ahead for the whip adapter install. And I have it on the ret.
Okay, we copy that, Alex. We're good with that. Yeah, we're good. We're good with that config.
So Gerst now temporarily stowing that foot restraint.
You have a go to work with Butch if you need to GCA for the whip adapter installation.
Copy. I don't think I have to.
The whiff standing for worksite interface. It's going to assist Gerst in setting up this portable foot restraint onto the station's robotic arm.
Okay, Wheels, I'm going to put a ret on the front flap of this, and then I'll bring the ret around to the back of the shroud. I'll see how that works, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, we're good with that.
So Wiseman setting up a few more rets, the retractable equipment tethers down at that worksite on the external stowage platform 2. The first one he set up will be used to temporarily stow the adjustable grapple bar, which is currently attached to the failed pump module and is used to keep it there attached to the POA since December. It'll be removed right before the final install motion of the pump module into its more permanent home on ESP2, where Wiseman's currently situated. It's also pre-staging a couple of equipment tethers to hold the tent open. The tent, again, just a small structure of MLI, the multi-layer insulation that protects a number of station systems from any potential micrometeoroid or orbital debris hits, which do occasionally happen. Here you can see some animation of where we've come so far.
And for both of you, we are in a KU dropout right now, so it'll be about 30 more minutes before we get video back.
Okay, you can copy that. And wheels for the whip adapter install, question from EV2.
Go ahead, Alex.
So the whip adapter tether loop goes forward with respect to the end effector, meaning like away from the arm.
Affirmative.
And then do you have a special direction on which the pit bench is going?
Checking, Alex. Alex, there's no order on the direction of the pit pin. Any order you can get it to it.
Copy. Yeah, wheels from EV1, I got good news. The thermal cover is open. It is redded back. It's in a nice stable config. I'm looking inside, and I see the good work of Rick Mastracchio and Mike Hopkins. Looks like 3 cables are tied off to the zenith starboard side.
Sounds great, Reed. That's good news. Thank you.
And I think my next step is to temp stow those cables out of the way.
Affirmative. We'll have you temp stow those cables out of the way first.
Copy that.
So Wiseman continuing to set up that MLI tent for the arrival of the pump module, reporting some good forward work done by Rick Mastracchio and Mike Hopkins, who removed and replaced that pump module back in December when it initially failed. Currently 47 minutes and 40 seconds into Spacewalk 27.
And Alex, just let me know if you'd like me to step you through the WIF adapter installation.
Actually, the Wi-Fi is in place, so I describe it to you, and I will also snap a picture. I'm not sure, do you record the wireless video on board for later downlink?
Affirmative.
Okay, so I'll give you a good WVS survey. And so I have the WIF adapter installed, tether loop as discussed, towards the front of the lee away from the arm. I have the tip pin in from the nadir side right now. It is properly engaged, and then I have the wire tie wrapped back around the base of the WIF adapter 3 to 4 times, and then stowed away behind the handrail, the remaining part of the wire tie.
Okay, copy that, and you got a good pull test.
Pull, twist, and yes.
Okay, perfect. Nice work, Alex.
And with that, I release the threat.
So the EVA team here in Mission Control reporting Alex is in a good config.
Take your recorded WVS survey on there, and then your next step when you're ready, Alex, is to install the APFR.
The next up, Gerst will be installing that portable foot restraint onto the end of the station's robotic arm.
Picture for you so you can get a good config here for the with the doctor.
Copy that. Thank you.
So again, we're coming up on 50 minutes since the beginning of this spacewalk. Crew moving through their timeline very efficiently. First task already completed. Wiseman is in the final steps of preparing that MLI-10 on external stowage platform 2, where the pump module will be headed once Gerst gets his hands on it after he's locked into the space station's robotic arm. Gerst already temporarily stowing the bags for the later task with the mobile transporter relay assembly. Once Wiseman finishes up prepping this tent, he's going to start moving over towards where Gerst is currently located. He's going to retrieve those bags that were temporarily stowed and move them a little bit closer to the mobile transporter. He'll then grab Gerst's safety tether and relocate it all the way back over to the external stowage platform 2. During that time, Gerst will be finishing up, setting up, and installing himself onto the end of the space station's robotic arm, at which point Butch Wilmore is going to take the controls and move Gerst up to the failed pump module. Again, as was explained in this animation earlier, the speed of the robotic arm greatly increased, but again, this showing the translation path that Reed Wiseman's going to take to go up and grab those bags, which Gerst temporarily stowed right out of the gate. That was his first task after leaving the airlock. He'll move them over closer over to the CETA cart, which will then be used for the mobile transporter relay assembly install, which you can see right here, those handrails flashing. That'll be the work site. Where it's installed, you can see the Dexter robot, the special purpose dexterous manipulator will currently be over there. One of those bags containing the relay assembly itself, another containing 4 cables, which will need to be routed. He'll then translate over and grab Gerst's safety tether, bring it all the way back over to the external stowage platform 2, at which time Gerst will take, again, one heck of a ride. He'll be moved up towards the pump module, go in and retrieve it from the POA, where it's been temporarily stowed since December of last year. Once he has it off of the POA, again, the payload ORU accommodation, he's going to rotate it 180 degrees so it's in its correct orientation. You can see the adjustable grapple bar on the bottom of it there. It's then going to be swung underneath the station. Again, Butch Wilmore at the controls. He's going to ride it all the way over to external stowage platform 2, at which point he and Wiseman will orient it and begin the install. Right before it's slid in all the way, Wiseman will have to remove that adjustable grapple bar, where it'll be temporarily stowed to one of the equipment tethers that he just installed, before finding a more permanent home on the external stowage platform 2. And Gerst will continue maneuvering in on top of that robotic arm. They'll pop the pump module into its spot on the stowage platform, drive 4 bolts to hold it in place, and then that will pretty much wrap up the first major task for this spacewalk. Again, about 53.5 minutes in since the crew switched to battery power and began. Continuing to move along. Reed Wiseman just 2 more steps in preparing that MLI tent before he's going to start translating over again to grab those bags for the mobile transporter relay assembly and move them a little bit closer, and then go out and grab Alex Gerst's tether.
Can you remind me on the settings?
At clocking?
12, Papa, Foxtrot 6, is that correct?
Perfect, Alex. Yes, clocking at 12. And then when you get that clocking set up, it is Papa, Fox 6.
We should reacquire video communication in about 47 minutes after the hour, at which point Gerst should be installed inside of the robotic arm and moving up to retrieve the pump module.
Pump module installed, because anything could change, and I think my next step is to start heading up towards Alex.
Nice work on there, Reed. We'd like you to go back to the FHRC tether point, and we don't think that ret's going to reach from the nadir side to the AGB, so what we'd like you to do is use an adjustable tether, kind of wrap around that handrail towards the zenith side, and then connect that ret to the D-ring loop on the adjustable. How copy?
I copy. Could I offer something else? Right here on the Fram that's on the nadir side, I don't know what's on this, a few small boxes. There's a handrail on that on the starboard side. It's only about 1 foot away from the zenith part of the FHRC handrail. I could just move that ret up there. It's just kind of in my WVS. I'm not sure if you can see it right here. Nice down here. Another option for you.
Yeah, we're checking, Reed. We don't have WVS right now, but we're checking. Stand by.
Okay.
And Reed, we're a go. Reed, we're a go for that. Just reposition that ret up to that handrail.
Copy that, Wheels. Thank you.
So before translating over to his next task, Wiseman's going to go back and reposition one of those equipment tethers. A little bit earlier, he reported that the planned site had some insulation wrapped around it. The retractable equipment tether wasn't going to fit, so he put it, as opposed to the zenith or the space facing, he put it on the nadir. Now the EVA team's worried it might not be able to reach, so he's going to go back and move it to a handrail a little bit closer to the original intended point. The team's doing some quick analysis here, confirming that that'll be good. So once he completes that, they'll probably do a quick glove check before moving on to grab the bags and head over to grab Gerst's tether before moving it back and heading over to the work site again at external stowage platform 2.
I'll put that in work. And Wheels, that red has been moved.
Nice work, Reed. Nice work. We'll take a glove and HAP inspection from you.
HAP is just that baseline, and right glove looks good. A couple scuffs on the fingertips for the index finger, but other than that, right and left glove look great.
Okay, we copy good gloves and HAP. Thanks, Reed. And you have a go now to translate up to get the MTRA bags on the starboard seat of cart.
Copy that.
So Reed Wiseman reporting a good glove and HAP check. They'll do these periodically throughout their spacewalk, just health status checks on their gloves. The HAP is a small absorbent pad actually in the helmet. One of the safety procedures put in place following the spacewalk where Luca Parmitano's helmet filled up with water.
Reed, as you're moving that way toward the CETA spur, just as a reminder that Alex had reported that his fare lead had come off, so just kind of be cognizant of where his safety tether is.
Yes, sir. And Wheels, my safety tether reel 27 is on the arm handrail tether point. It is closed and the bail is locked. Black on black. The reel is in unlock, and the small hook is attached to my right D-ring extender. It's closed and it is locked.
Wonderful. Nice work, Alex. And you can stow your 85-foot airlock safety tether to the to the same handrail 3417. That's still in reach for you.
Actually, I'm going to be a little bit further starboard. That's about mile marker 8400. And it is 3417, I see here.
Yeah, best effort there, Alex, whichever is easiest for you.
So Alexander Gerst finishing up. He's got the articulating portable foot restraint installed onto the end of the space station's robotic arm. He's got to do some quick safety tether swap outs and configurations. And one of his next steps then is he's gonna get the go to ingress, or basically lock himself into that foot restraint. At which point they'll get the go for Butch Wilmore to begin to back the arm away. Here again you see an animation of what it looks like as it's set up. Hopefully we should get video back within the next 20 minutes or so. And during this translation of the pump module from its temp stow down underneath the station should be a pretty spectacular view, so I'll be looking forward to that. Meanwhile, Wiseman has finished up his first major task. The MLI-10 on ESP2 is prepped, and he's beginning to translate his over to grab those mobile transporter relay assembly bags, move them closer to their work site where they'll be used. One bag holding the relay assembly itself, again a backup power supply option for providing power to the mobile transport system, which is used to translate the space station's robotic arm around the truss, where the backbone of the station operates on a sort of a rail system to move between different work sites. This relay assembly will be providing another redundant power option.
The handrail and then hook it back into the ERCM tether loop.
Checking. And Alex, we would rather have the hook on either the handrail standoff or a hard tether point.
Okay, actually, I think I see one now. Hard to see the beginning, and I'll put that in work for you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Wheels, for BB1, I'm ready for the sarge bag, and I'm going to be getting this thing off.
Copy that, Reed. You're going to retrieve that bundle, put it on your BRT.
That's correct.
And we recommend that you BRT to the cable bag.
That's good, buddy. Yep, I already got that in work. Okay, Wheels. Tether 24, which is my airlock tether, is stowed on the starboard side of the handrail 3417 on a stand-up tether loop, and it is in unlock.
Copy all, Alex. Nice work. The next for you, Alex, is APFR ingress. So working with Butch as needed, you have a go to GCA as needed, and you have a go for APFR ingress.
Okay, I'll put that in work. I'll try without the GCA. It looks like in a good position right now.
Okay, and as you're getting in, Alex, just attach a waist tether to the ingress aid tether point, and then extend the ingress aid as needed.
Yep. That can work.
So Alexander Gerst getting ready to ingress or attach himself into the articulating portable foot restraint. He'll be strapping in and riding on the end of this robotic arm controlled by NASA astronaut Butch Wilmore from inside the International Space Station. Meanwhile, Reed Wiseman making his way across the outboard part of the station, grabbing those mobile transporter relay assembly bags on his way. He'll temp stow those a little bit closer to their eventual work site and then move over to grab Gerst's safety tether, which he'll then go all the way back to the external stowage platform where he already was for his first task and await Gerst's arrival with that pump module.
Copy, Reed. Nice work. Before you step out, the caution as you're translating, avoid inadvertent contact with the MBS, SSRMS, and SPDM taped radiative surfaces. Also, the VDU, ACU, JEU, LEU, MCU, and CRPCMs, and cameras. Now, I'm not going to say that 3 times fast.
I was going to say, if you see me getting close to any of those, give a holler, please.
Copy that.
E2 is on the arm. Nice work, Alex.
Copy that, Alex. And Reed, do you have a go to translate to the MT MBS Zenith via the port side?
Copy that. That's in work, buddy.
So getting the call, Alexander Gerst attached to the arm. Meanwhile, Reed Wiseman getting the go to translate over to the mobile transporter system. Has those bags with him.
And nice work on the ingress, Alex.
No view of me at all. I do read, and I'll snap a picture here. Yeah, if you could just help me, GCA me up this with these bags. I just don't want to get anything tangled. Yeah, it looks like your flip is contacting the APFR behind you, lightly, so you kind of run out of space in that direction, and the bag is lightly contacting the backside of the empty structure. Okay, if you just continue Zenith, you're in a good config.
And Wills and Alex, y'all ready to maneuver?
Yeah, Butch, we're a go here in Houston, so you have a go to work together with Alex for maneuver to the ingress back-off position.
Hey, brakes are coming off and setting up.
Drop Butch. I'm ready to fly.
Okay, Alex, going to take you away from the station.
Copy. Go ahead.
Going to start motion. Here we go.
Good motion.
Motion.
So the robotic arm in motion, Butch Wilmore at the controls, Alexander Gerst, EV2 attached to the end. Here's a live view at the live telemetry feeding and animation here in Mission Control Houston. See the robotic arm slowly backing away.
2 meters to go.
Copy, 2 meters.
And Alex, when convenient, we'll take a glove and HAP inspection from you.
It is convenient right now, and My hat is dry. My gloves show no downtime.
Thank you, sir.
And Alex, just a slight overshoot. I'm going to sweeten it up.
So Alexander Gerst reporting no changes with his gloves. Hap dry, still good to go. Riding now on the end of the space station's robotic arm, while the station itself travels at about 260 statute miles just over the Arabian Peninsula. Continuing northeasterly, going to cross over Central Asia. The crew just now crossing into nighttime shortly.
You were crossing the Terminator? You betcha. Give me a wave. Unable. Copy.
Again, should be resuming video communication with the station in about 7 minutes or so. They are just crossing into that orbital nighttime, but hopefully should get some good views. Maybe as the sun is setting from Gerst on the end of that robotic arm. Crew still moving efficiently through their timeline.
Here we go with the joint OCAS, if you're ready.
Ready.
1.5 minute maneuver. Here we go.
So Wilmore getting ready to maneuver Gerst up into where the pump module is temporarily stowed on the POA. Once there, Gerst will have to verify everything's in good condition with the pump module before removing it. He'll go through his checklist real quickly, and then upon completion of that and getting the go from Butch inside controlling the robotic arm, they'll get ready to release the pump module. Wilmore will slowly back the station arm up with Gerst holding on. He'll then back away, rotate the pump module 180 degrees, and then be flown. Again, this accelerated greatly. He'll be flown underneath the station on the robotic arm, moving it over to external stowage platform 2, where Reed Wiseman will already be ready and waiting for him for the two to begin the install of the pump module on this external stowage platform 2. That adjustable grapple bar on the very bottom of the pump module will be removed and temporarily stowed by Wiseman before he fixes it a little bit after to a more permanent home on the platform. And they'll then drive the pump module into its place on ESP2, driving 4 bolts to secure it inside of the MLI tent, which Wiseman already set up in the beginning of this spacewalk, and that'll wrap up their first major task for EVA 27.
Nice work, man. I gotta catch up. Quick. EPA.
Okay, stop motion.
Copy. You got the lens cover in front of the car. Go ahead and wave. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah, it just floats there and it'll float out of the way any second, you know. So I was watching. I had never mess up a picture of you, Dr. Drew.
It's much appreciated, Commander Weissman.
Okay, Wheels, the MTRA bag is stowed, and I'm working on the cable bag now.
Okay, copy that, Reed, and that, I understand that's on handrail 8406 for the MTRA bag, and also the hinge forward, yes?
Yes, the hinge is forward, and it's actually splayed out between the two port handrails there on the empty structure.
Yeah, we're good with that. Thanks, Reed.
All right, Alex, we're set up and ready to bring you into the pump module. How far would you like?
All right, that's a GCA, right?
That is affirmative.
Okay, Reed, do you need some comm, or are you ready for me to start that GCA?
I am definitely ready for you to start a GCA, Alex.
Okay, in that case, Butch, please start GCA. Your comm is cutting out there at the beginning.
Okay, we're ready to start GCA. I'm going to begin now. Start motion. Here we go.
Okay, I need about 1 meter station aft.
Here we go.
2 minutes to sunset.
You got about 75 centimeters left.
So Wilmore driving the robotic arm, moving Gerst a little bit closer.
Okay, let's stop motion.
Motion.
And Wheels, remind me, I think I put this scoop on bolt 3 pointing to M4, is that right?
Affirmative, Alex.
Okay, I think I'm in a good position for that. I guess we could also already get me into a little bit of a better position for me holding the pump module, and for that I need about 30 centimeters station port.
Okay, station port. Here we go.
So Alexander Gerst calling out some fine-tuning parameters to Butch Wilmore, who's inside the station driving the robotic arm.
And that's good. Stop motion.
Motion.
And with that, let's call this GCA complete.
Okay, GCA complete. On standby.
.30 seconds to sunset and a short handover.
All right, Wheels, the ground scoop is sitting on bolt 3. It is locked, and there's a good pull and wiggle test, and the handle points to M4.
Nice work, Alex.
The tether goes to my right mini workstation loop, metal loop, and the tether is free for the rotation that I will need to do.
Okay, copy that. And as you're getting into position, we have about 30 more minutes left in this night pass. So I'll read down through the checklist and you can figure as needed, okay?
Yes.
Live video back, you can see Gerst attached to the end of the robotic arm doing the checkouts now on the failed pump module.
Set your cooling as needed. check your
adjusting that.
Okay, copy.
Burr's doing a number of checkouts on his own equipment. They've passed in the nighttime, so the helmet lights coming in handy here. Gersh is already attached the scoop, basically a small portable handle to one of the bolts on the failed module. Just going to run through these checks, and then pretty soon they're going to get the go to release the pump module from its temporary spot on the POA. And then Gersh will then have it in his hands, do the rotation, and begin moving it to external stowage platform 2.
All right, we're going to do this we're going to stay in night, so I have my sun visor up.
Copy that. Glove heaters.
Do you have a recommendation for that one? My hands are really warm right now, but I could put them on if that was... I guess I put them on to be on the safe side.
Yeah, your choice on that, Alex. And I think with that scoop giving you kind of a closer reach, you'll be able to pull those as well if you need to.
Yeah, they're on right now.
Okay, copy that. The helmet lights probably still on, yeah?
Yep.
Kick your heels out. Make sure your heels, you can feel yourself locked in there.
My heels are out.
Copy that. Make sure the pump module is tethered via the round scoop. And remember, you're going to be rotating 180 degrees, so whichever way you want your tether to end up.
Actually, that's a good point. I might change it to the left side, so it'll end up on my right side later. That makes it a little bit cleaner.
And you can turn it any direction, so whichever way you're going to lead the turn, just kind of visualize where your tether is going to end up once you make that 180 turn.
The turn direction doesn't matter for here, but it's where I want to end it up, have it ending up. So I'm in a good config. So right now, the pump module is tethered via the round scoop to my mini workstation, left gearing of the mini workstation.
Copy that, Alex. Other tethers and tools should be clear, and we'll take a glove and hap check.
Gersh reporting the pump module attached to his mini workstation on the front of his suit via that scoop. Small handle he installed on one of the bolts. Meanwhile, Reed Wiseman has acquired Gersh's safety tether, and he's going to translate it back over to the external stowage platform number 2.
And the gloves are no delta.
Okay, we're ready to go. Just hold the pump module and the 8GB cams in the POA as you work with Butch to release.
Okay, it's going to take me a little to assess which direction it wants to drift, but I think I got a good handle on it. I'm ready to push it inwards. That's most likely the direction I have to push. I think I got a good control. So whatever the next step for you guys will be, I'm ready for the POA release.
Okay, Alex, that's a good call. It'll take me a minute to get it set up, but here we go.
And wheels from EV1, if I could for a minute.
Go ahead, Reed.
Hey, Wheels, I am at Alex's safety tether. I see his green hook at the 8220 mile marker, and I'm ready to pick it up, and I'll be putting that on my right Urcum, my only Urcum.
Okay, you have a go for that, Reed, to pick that up, and I guess just clean it up and make sure I'm in sync with you. The stowing of the cable bag went fine, yeah?
Yep, no problems, no issues.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead and retrieve his tether, and once you do that, I'll take a glove and hap check from you.
Okay, that's in work, Wheels.
So Gerst waiting in position on the end of the space station's robotic arm. He and Wilmore will soon release the pump module from the POA, the Payload ORU Accommodation ORU On-Orbit Replacement Unit. Quite a few acronyms to go along with today's spacewalk, so I'll try to keep you guys up to date and informed. But again, the next step will be to release the pump module from the POA, at which point Gerst will rotate it around 180 degrees, begin the ride over to external stowage platform number 2.
We copy, Reed. You have to go to translate back down to the ESP. On your way down there, we have a couple of cleanups on EV2, on Alex's fare lead, and when you get down to the bottom of the Cedar Spur.
Okay, that sounds good, Wheels.
So Reed Wiseman getting the go. He's collected Alexander Gerst's safety tether. He's going to carry it with him down to the external stowage platform number 2, where Gerst will soon be moved on the end of that station robotic arm carrying the pump module. Once the two are there, they'll install the failed pump module into its more permanent home on the stowage platform. Getting the call that they're moving again about 15 minutes ahead of schedule. Right now, just over 1 hour, 26 minutes, 20 seconds since the beginning of this EVA. Team's not tracking any issues. The suits and the astronauts, both in good configs. Not hitting any snags with any of the tasks so far, so things continuing to go well on the planned 6.5-hour spacewalk this morning.
Okay, Alex, finally getting close. Stand by.
Hey, take your time. I'm very comfortable.
Okay, this takes a little while, Alex, but I'm ready to pull the trigger and release the pump module from the POA.
Hey, ready when you are.
Here we go.
All right, I can feel it coming loose. I think the carriage must be moving.
Okay, I've got one step. Hang on just a second. I'm going to pull the trigger again.
Okay, you're loose. We're free. I got good control.
Okay, stand by.
So the pump module released.
Now we're ready to back off to the back off position if you're ready.
Ready when you are.
Here we go.
I can see good motion, Butch.
Motion.
Okay, cams are free. We're off. Down the pin. Make sure the pin is no touch. We're out. We're 1,000
maintain distance.
Okay, passing 100 for 235. Okay, stop motion.
Copy.
And if wheels concurs, you're in the position to reorient the pump for the ESP2.
Standing by for IV go.
Okay, guys, nice work. We are a go for you to rotate the pump module, Alex.
That can work. Very easy rotation.
Yeah,
amazing, given that it weighs 850 pounds.
Yeah, nice and easy. Just remembering that the force you put in, you have to take out at the other end. So.
Yeah, it's amazingly easy. Fingertip control, and that's done.
So Alexander Gerst has the pump module. He's reorienting it the 180 degrees so it's in the proper configuration for installation once he arrives at the external stowage platform, which is going to be his next stop on the end of this space station robotic arm. Meanwhile, Reed Wiseman continuing to head back down to that stowage platform where he was earlier, prepping the worksite for the arrival of the pump module. He has Gerst's safety tether in tow, and we'll be awaiting his arrival once Wilmore begins motion again on the station's robotic arm.
If you want, I got some tether comm for you.
Go, Reed.
Hey, just a note that Alex's safety tether, it doesn't want to retract all the time on its own, so that's tether 24. We'll just have to watch that later. Moving on, I have moved my tether fair lead to handrail 500. I think it'll stay there, and then I'm going to move Alex's lower if you got a handrail for me there.
Affirmative. 503 should be just one handrail lower on the circumferential handrails.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Alex, give me a minute. We'll set up for the 12 OPAS.
Sounds good.
And read one step of troubleshooting on that reel on that safety tether, on Alex's safety tether. If you could just cycle it from locked to locked and then back to unlock and see if that frees it up.
Copy that. I'll put that on work in just a second, Wheels. It didn't free it up. It does come back. It's just a little. It's not as smooth.
Okay, copy that. And Reed, for you, then we'd like you to also put a fair lead down on Alex's tether out on it'd be on the starboard aft corner of the ESP2. It should be handrail 8029.
Okay, 8029. I'll get that in work in a minute.
All right, Alex, it looks like we're set up and about ready. How about you?
I'm ready. Let's go. I can feel motion.
Yes, you are moving. Here we go.
And they're off. Gerst attached to the end of the space station's robotic arm, now in motion, heading towards external stowage platform 2. Firm grip on the failed pump module that he just recently released from the POA and rotated at 180 degrees.
Okay, Wheels, I didn't go with 8029. I went just forward of that one, and it's a pretty nice fair lead there for Alex's tether, so I'll stick with that. But it is on 503 on the airlock.
Okay, copy. We're happy with that. Now, Reed, you'll make your way around to the forward face and stow Alex's safety tether on the DSU starboard fram handrail.
Copy, that's in work, buddy.
My bad, Alex. That wasn't the long one. That was a short one.
That's what I thought. No problem.
And so the first translation takes about 2 minutes. The next robotic arm motion will last for about 12. But for now, Wilmore moving Gerst into position away from where the pump module was stowed over to the external stowage platform number 2, where Wiseman is awaiting his arrival.
How's it going, Reed? Pretty good, buddy. I'm almost strapping down your tether over here. And Wheels, if you could remind me which fram handrail we want, I'll get that done.
The starboard fram vertical handrail.
Okay, there's a little tether loop on that, so I'll put Alex's tether there. Removing the small green hook. Okay, Alex's tether, which is 24 wheels, is on the starboard Venus Fram handrail tether point, and it is unlocked.
Nice work, Reed. Thank you.
I'm going to take a little break.
We concur with that, Reed. You can take some time there to kind of take a look at the landscape, and your next task is to assist with the GCA.
Sounds good.
And it's nine minutes to sunrise, so you may get some good shots there as well.
Copy.
So Wiseman getting a couple of minutes as a breather. He's got about 10 minutes or so until Alex gets moved over, carrying that pump module. You'll hear GCA quite a bit. GCA standing for ground controlled approach. Basically, the astronauts performing the spacewalk, or figuratively on the ground, helping Butch Wilmore inside with his robotic arm motions. Wiseman on tap to assist with calling out any fine-tuned movements along with Gerst once the arm arrives at the external stowage platform 2. As you can see and imagine, Gerst's field of view a little taken up by that pump module. So Wiseman will be right there on task to help guide in both Wilmore's motions and Gerst as he slides the pump module into that small MLI tent that Wiseman set up with his first task earlier this morning.
All right, Alex, it took me a minute, but it looks like we've got it set up, and I'm ready to roll when you are.
Ready?
Actually, here we go. Start motion.
I can feel motion.
And the station robotic arm now in motion. This should be about a 12-minute maneuver. It's going to swing Gerst down underneath the station as he's carrying this pump module, and up back over towards the external stowage platform 2, where Reed Wiseman standing by. And there you can see Alexander Gerst riding on the end of the station's robotic arm coming into view. You can see Reed Wiseman's legs just poking up out of the bottom of our screen. He's standing by at external stowage platform number 2, where Gers is on his way now. Butch Wilmore at the controls inside of the station's robotic arm. The pump module firmly in his grasp and attached via a scoop to his small workstation on the front of his suit, so it won't be going anywhere. As mentioned, this is about a 12-minute robotic maneuver.
A great view of the Dragon trunk. You should see my view right now.
Two minutes to sunrise.
Copy. Getting Columbus into view at the newly installed Rapid Scat.
Alex, you're turning a great orange color now.
It's just beautiful here. It's amazing. Whole station lights up like golden, like it was made of pure gold for 2 seconds.
So the sun just starting to peak over the horizon. The International Space Station about 260 statute miles over the Central Pacific. So should be giving us some pretty spectacular views while this robotic maneuver finishes up, bringing Gers over to the external stowage platform. Again, from this camera view, we can just make out Reed Wiseman's legs already positioned at the platform, awaiting Alexander Gerst's arrival.
Nice prep work on the MLI.
I can't wait to see these pictures. It's all just going to be little parts of you. I'm just going to hang out here, Alex, until the arm's in position so I know kind of what that angle looks like and everything, and then I'll move over towards the MLI.
That sounds like a good plan.
And there, a spectacular view from one of the station outboard cameras. Alexander Gerst riding on the end of the space station's robotic arm, being maneuvered in place by Butch Wilmore from inside of the International Space Station. And the failed pump module firmly in hand. Should be coming up in just a minute or two on that stowage platform, at which point Reed Wiseman will assist Gerst and Wilmore in moving the robotic arm into place.
I see that. I don't think you're going to get much closer. You got a good view of the clearance between you and me? No, not really. No, it's looking good.
That's good.
So Gerst now has sights set on the platform. You can see Reed Wiseman just on the other side of the pump module. The top towards the right corner, you can see the empty MLI tent primed and prepped for the arrival of this pump module.
I get a good view in that big MLI tent right now, or about 80% of it, and that looks so good. The right rails are clear.
An interesting noise.
So you might have an open mic there in the cupola.
Repeat that.
We were just wondering if there's an open mic in the cupola, but I think it's clear now.
It looks like we're stop motion. I'm going standby.
Stay firm.
Hey, looking down there, Wheels?
We're doing well. You guys are looking great up there.
I think we got you got to keep track of us. And Butch, can you just you're at the NPO cast, correct? I think he's reconfiguring. Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, he's reconfiguring Reed for another little bit of OCAS before we're ready to go to the pre-install. So actually, we've got a great helmet view from you, Alex. And just as a reminder, as we move in for the partial install, we've kind of modeled it where you'll kind of slide your hands down on the nadir side of the handrail, kind of looking underneath, so you can assist with the guidance into the rails as well.
Yep, I copy that. I will put that into place once we got a good view down the left rail, if you want, so we know it's all clear, and then I'll move the up module up to have a peek underneath it.
Absolutely, sounds good. How's your cooling?
Oh, it's nice here.
Okay,
Can be better.
So 1 hour, 56 minutes, and 38 seconds into this spacewalk today. The crew members standing by to begin maneuvering the pump module into the external stowage platform 2 spot, which has been prepped for it by Reed Wiseman in the beginning of the spacewalk.
I'm just hanging out, Alex. So am I. Excellent.
All right, guys, I'm hustling quick as I can go.
No worries, Butch. Take your time.
So here, another good angle. You can see the opening of the MLI tent where the pump module is going to be installed by these 2 spacewalkers momentarily. That MLI or multi-layer insulation will offer some protection to the pump module while it stays in its more permanent home here on the external stowage platform 2. Should they ever decide to do a small repair to make it an operational pump module again. Reed Wiseman getting a pretty breathtaking view there. The station about 262 statute miles over the southern Pacific Ocean.
Super. Okay, guys, it looks like I am set up and ready to go.
Let's go.
And ready to pick back up with the robotic maneuvers and get this pump module installed on the external stowage platform.
Okay, Alex, we're going to start motion. Here we go.
Copy.
Start motion.
motion. I got a good view down the rail. It's all clear in there, no fog.
We're going to stop here at 367, passing 410 now. Wrapping out.
So Gerst repositioning his hands on the pump module, getting to the bottom or the nadir, the earth-facing side of it. He's going to need to get on that angle in order to help guide it in.
Very good peak down.
Reed Wiseman getting positioned himself to help call out commands to Wilmore as they get ready to move the pump module in.
And I'm ready for the next step.
Next step is the X going towards station, straight ahead from your vantage point, and it's about 2.5 meters. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. This is where you can help us out, Reed.
Yeah, I'm trying to get in position now.
You let me know when you're ready, and I'll start.
Okay, Bush, I'll probably need to change my position, but I am in position.
Here we go. Starting motion. Comes motion.
Good motion.
And the robotic arm now driving forward. Alexander Gerst coming more into view now as he keeps hold on the pump module.
That's 440 for 240, so 2 meters to go. Showing 1 meter to go.
Copy.
All right, Butch, start ramping out just for a second.
Now.
Let me reposition a little bit.
Okay, showing about 60 meters or centimeters.
60, go.
Fine.
So Wiseman calling out some fine-tuning commands to Wilmore as he continues to drive the robotic arm, carrying Alexander Gerst, the pump module in.
Right. And pull it back towards you.
10 degrees.
Okay, stop there. Stop there.
Forward.
Stop there. And now go. Yeah, lower it down a little station nadir. Stop there. That looks pretty good.
You GPing me or Butch?
So you. Just stop
If I go nadir,
just stop right
then
there
I
for a second.
lose.
Just stop right there for a second.
I'm not moving.
Okay. And Butch, we can pick up that last 60 centimeters.
Read, if I may, it looks like I'm pitched